So, it's the revolution.
Yes.
That is a great theme.
Yes, because I came up with it.
Josef came up with that. He actually comes up with most of the themes.
That's true.
Yes, and he writes all the funny little texts for the event.
Yeah.
And I...
just leans back.
I just lean back. That's what I do.
But she's like a constant inspiration to me, so that's why all of that is very easy. So.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's what you say now. Do you remember what you said a week ago? The first thing when we came to the meeting?
Yeah, that I'm like kind of fed up that people actually think that this is the Denice Bourbon comedy show. So that's like a little bit frustrating when I'm like over Christmas I was at Maria Alta and then like people walk up to me, aren't you the guy in Denice Bourbon's comedy show?
A big hand for Josef Jöchel who started this comedy show. Together with me.
Thank you. Okay, so I think we're ready for our first performance.
Yeah, because that was like kind of our little Einleitung, because we did not go to this person's school.
Yeah, because it's a very special
Yeah,
school.
we wish we would have gone to that school. A big applause for Alex
Franz!
Zietmauer!
Hello. Hi. So yeah, when I think about revolution, I'm immediately brought back to middle school. Because, so I grew up in Portland, Oregon, a city that's known for its lesbian bookstores and food snobs, but above all, its citizens' deep love for the great Mother Earth. And which actually reminds me of the first time I met Denice Bourbon. It was actually sort of traumatizing. We were backstage at the anti-Valentine's Ball, and Denice told me that I was such a hippie, and that she was a punk. And on principle, punks hate hippies. And I was like a little taken aback, and I was like, oh God, like how can I save myself in this moment, And so I said, did you know that the clitoris is the only human body part that never ages? It's a true fact, by the way. I guess I thought that like this information would be some sort of bridge, between hippie and punk mentalities, which might have been a diplomatic tool that I learned at the environmental middle school. Every day at the environmental middle school began with morning meeting. Morning meeting was sort of like this DIY, all-school, like hippie concert, basically, with acoustic guitar accompaniment by John, one of our teachers. We were on a strict first-name basis policy. And so John would be up there with his guitar, like where I am now, but more at your level because, for him to be raised would be sort of against the morals of the school. And there would be like this old school projector, those kind with the transparent paper, where and so lyrics for all the songs would be projected so that we could all sing along together. And we sang songs like Imagine, Where Have All the Flowers Gone, Let It Be, other hippie classics too. But our theme song, the school theme song, was Run River Run. And we sang that one every single day. And sometimes John would even change the lyrics to the songs so that they'd be more sort of like environmental or school-centered. And one such alteration was on the theme song, Run River Run, and he rewrote the lyrics to celebrate our school principal, Sarah. And it went like this. Our mother, Sarah, gave birth to this school, creating this life as a dream, gathering people, creating a pool, joining together in a powerful stream. And it goes on and on. watching the river run, further and further from things that we've done, leaving them one by one. And it has just begun, watching the river run, listening and learning and yearning. Run, river, run. Thank you. Yeah. So, at morning meeting, we also had to listen to the 8th grade speeches. So when you reached the top of the hippie pyramid as an 8th grader, you were asked to write a motivational speech, to present to the entire school. Mine was about horseback riding and how boys should not be judged for their deep love of riding horses, and that every human being who so desired to ride horses should do so with pride because horses are beautiful and their sweat smells so good. When I was trying to go back in time to remember this part of my life, I posted on Facebook to ask all of the environmental middle school graduates if anyone had heard or remembered any special gems from our time there. And one of my high school friends wrote, "Okay, I know I didn't go to EMS, alas, but wasn't there an EMS teacher that breastfed an abandoned baby raccoon? Or was that just a middle school rumor?" The best part? The best part is that then someone else responded to that, and they said, no, that was just a rumor. In reality, she just bottle-fed a baby squirrel her breast milk. There's not much of a difference there. But speaking of breastfeeding, the crown jewel of our middle school experience was definitely Midwifery Day. So I don't, if everyone knows what midwifery is, but midwifery is the practice of a midwife or a doula, so someone who supports someone with a vagina giving birth, if they don't want to do it in a hospital, or even if they do, actually, I think. But anyways, so Sarah, the one who gave birth to our school, she was also a practicing midwife, and so she wanted us to know about that and midwifery, so she gave birth to Midwifery Day. And at Midwifery Day, we all had to come to school with like a kilo sack of flour, like mehl, like you go to the grocery store and you get a little bag of flour, and you could dress it up as a baby if you wanted to. But the point was that you had to carry around this sack of flour with you, all throughout the school, everywhere you went, so you could know what it's like to be a mother with a newborn child and, always have to have a baby with you. But this was not every middle schooler's strong point, because you would go to the bathroom and there'd be this little sack of flour dressed up as a baby next to the toilet. Or it'd be you'd find them in the hallway or in the organic garden, or in the native plant garden, or in the garden for free-range chickens. And so, anyways, aside from this baby simulation, there were 3 main classes of Midwifery Day. The first was Babies 101, how to take care of babies, rocking babies, listening to babies, analyzing babies' cries, stuff like that. And then the second class was all about water births. And so we watched this really long narrative documentary about this woman's water birth, this person's water birth with their family. So there's mom and dad and the 2 kids, and they're all gathered in the pool together with mom for the labor. And what I remember most strongly from this video is that the baby came out looking like a Smurf. It was the most real blue color. It was really quite frightening. And I learned through the documentary that is because when a baby's born underwater, it has to wait to take its first breath, so it comes out blue. And that's really supposed to be very good for its lung development. But anyways, so the last class of Midwifery Day was by far the most revolutionary. We also watched a video in this class, but it was much shorter and much more potent. It was 10 minutes long, and it was titled Women Giving Birth in the Squatting Position. And it featured 20 different women, and it was really just focused on the moment of birth. So the moment the baby exits the vagina. And it was like a montage. So there were like 20, 30-second clips just of this moment. And I remember that the setting for the video was really strange and really sparse. It was just like this sort of warehousey feeling. And then there was like this beige towel just lying on the floor. So there's just like this beige towel lying on the floor and this metal, like almost like a ballet bar, but smaller and all made out of metal. And they're all just holding onto this bar, just like, and it's just like babies just coming out, one after the other, just like baby, 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 boom, you know, and we're all just like really soaking that in. And then the film ends, and the teacher, Karen, she passes around these lumps of clay to all of the students. And she says, let's all sculpt our personal response to this film. How are you feeling right now? What images, what thoughts come to mind? Put that into the clay. I just have one more little number for you. Our mother Denice gave birth to this show, creating this night as a dream, gathering people to laugh with the queens, joining together in a powerful revolution.
Alex Franz Ziertbauer! Es war super! Außer das letzte Lied vielleicht.